Wait a minute. This is the future. All the phaser guns.
My friends, I just finished watching the 3rd episode of Starfleet Academy and just, wow, I am amazed at this episode. There are so many words that come to mind to describe what I just watched, but I think I figured out the best way to express my opinion for this fantastic episode.
This sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks.
This sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before.
Vitus Reflux. The name of the 3rd episode in our deep exploration into the 32nd century's reopening of the Starfleet Academy after the Great Burn. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say beyond the shadow of a doubt that I was bored out of my mind. I have never seen such a dull, unimaginative, lazy story ever. Before we begin our conversation about our cadets, let's talk about Chancellor Lazy Ass. This has got to be the laziest officer in the history of Starfleet. Since the first episode, all that we've really seen of her is sitting around in awkward positions on the bridge and now in her chair at the academy, or when she's going over to the War College's office to talk to their chancellor, she's in provocative positions over there as well. I mean, seriously, how in the world are we supposed to take this character seriously when the character doesn't even take herself seriously? This is just so setting the bar low for Star Trek. Before we move on to the cadets, I do have another question for the showrunners of this show. What is your obsession since Discovery? You have been playing music that is so wrong for the century that we are supposed to be in. We are now in the 32nd century, and the Chancellor is playing San Francisco. Be sure to wear the flowers in your hair. Specifically, a new arrangement of the 1967 Scott McKenzie song featuring vocals by Rufus Wainwright. Seriously, we're in the 32nd century now, and she's playing 1967 music. Somehow, I don't think that would even happen. So the basic premise of this episode is the War Academy cadets and the Starfleet Academy cadets are going to be pranking each other. That's right. That's really what this is about. It's a love-hate relationship. It's just dumb, boring, and slow. There was nothing that held my interest about this episode at all. In this particular scene right here, we have the Starfleet cadets being taught how to deal with situations like war and combat. And they're in a training simulation where the drones are going to try and shoot at them, and their response is to shoot back at the drones. If the drones hit them, they are immediately transported to a bench and out of the game. This is also a test to see which one of them can become squad captain. This sounds so familiar to me. Now, for me, that one scene right there just made me feel like all they were doing was trying to reenact the fight scene training scenes from Starship Troopers, which was a damn good movie with a great cast, and it was more believable than the nonsense that I am watching in this episode of Starfleet Academy. Let's talk about the holographic character that is in this series. This character makes no sense, especially in this episode. First question I have about this holographic character is, what in the heck is the point of her going through physical training? She's not real. Yeah, she's able to interact with them, but she's not able to grow body matter or mass unless, of course, she adjusts her programming. She's not real. And yet, throughout this episode, we're going to see scenes where she's changing clothes. She's drowning in water. Again, hologram. How does a holographic person drown in water? We're 3 episodes in, and I'm honestly not giving a care about these characters. There's nothing about them that makes me want to gravitate to this show. I'm watching it, and especially this episode, it was a real snore fest. Changing topics for just a moment, here's an interesting fan theory that you may not be aware of about this character right here. It appears that fans are speculating that Odo, or the founders, modified the species after the war to allow autonomy. You got that? So people are of the belief in the fandom that Odo, which I don't buy that one bit, Odo may have helped to orchestrate this. See, the problem with Odo being involved with this is the fact that he was completely against the founders, and every time the Jem'Hadar came up to him and called him a god, or even the Vorta called him a god, he would snap at them saying, "I am not a god." So if it is a fan theory that Odo orchestrated this, it's not a good one, because that would imply Odo was playing a god. A while back, I read online, and I also put it in a video what I found, that in the 3rd episode of this series, there would be what this author described as an Animal House style episode.
Let's finish this damn thing.
Blowjob! Blowjob! Blowjob!
Did you tell those assholes to shut up?
Hey, shut up, you assholes!
There is nothing Animal House about this. In fact, I think it's kind of insulting to compare this to Animal House. There is nothing about Star Trek in Starfleet Academy. And even as a teen drama goes, this particular episode was a real snooze fest. Wow, how did this script get past the writer's room? Something really is wrong here. This episode was terrible, and it makes me ask this question. If the episodes continue to be as exciting as this one, and if the viewership continues to drop off, do you think, even if they are continuing to make season 2, if the viewership continues to drop off for the first season, will season 2 even air? Anyway, I'd like to hear your thoughts and comments on this. What do you think of Starfleet Academy? Have you seen the 3rd episode? Do you think the war or the practical jokes between the 2 academies was a good thing? Was this a slow show? Was it just a waste of time? Personally, I'm going with a waste of time. But I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on this, so please drop those comments below and let me know. Until the next time, my friends, God bless.